What's up, YouTube? So, I did say I was going to be doing videos of my life before Suboxone and all that. So, I wanted to do a quick. My hair's getting super long. If we go to the first video till now, my hair is super long. But I wanted to tell some ways on how I was getting money for drugs. So, before I even got hooked on heroin, I was obviously, doing uh, oxycodone, perk 30s, the blue pills, whatever they call them. Um, I wasn't like withdrawing that type of thing, but I like wanted to have fun. This is like 2013, so it was either you sell them or you waste your hard-earned money. And I had a job then, so I was trying to make it so I can make money on the side without selling drugs. Well, I started to go on um, Instagram, and I started to type in uh, the maker of pills. One was A1. The popular one was the M's, and the other one was A12s or something like that. So I would type those in, and they would just be, on like you type them in on the hashtag search, and there would just be tons of people, selling perks and showing their perks off on IG. So I knew a person who, had hundreds of them. So we started to develop a scam. So I would just make fake pages and would take pictures of 30 saying, oh, I got them for this much and this much. And people would contact me and be like, ooh, can you send me some? And I would, be like, all right, yeah, I'll send you some. So I would like have them send me the money through either Western Union or MoneyGram, and then I'd have my. And then some people would, there were so many addicts on Instagram looking for pills that were always getting scammed. That were like, all right, well, I've been scammed before. How can I know that this is real? And I'd be like, all right, do you want me to take a I'll take pictures. Be like, all right, I want you to take a picture with all the pills or the amount of pills that I want, the exact amount with you throwing a peace sign up. So me and my buddy, I'd go to my buddy's house and I would do that, send the people the pictures, and they'd be like, all right, nice, yeah, blah blah blah. So they would send me money, and then for from 2013 to 2014, so about a little over a year, I was scamming people left and right out of hundreds and thousands of dollars of no product. They were getting no product. So what I would do is I would get the money and be like, all right, I'm going to the post office to send it, and I would just block them, and then do that a couple times a week. My page would get shut down. Then I'd have to make a new page and keep doing it, and it only kept working because I kept, I had somebody who had pills who could take these pictures. So I was making, I mean, it was consistent because it was bad. I was probably making, uh, with my job, I wasn't really making that much actually because I was working at Safeway, so it was like shitty hours. So Safeway, I was pulling in about 250, 300 a week. But with the scam on the side, just alone every week in the scam, I was getting like $600, $700 a week, and it was all going to drugs and whatever. I did this for a year straight, like every day, and then income tax came around, and then people were just throwing money at me left and right. And then they finally caught on with what was it? One of the one of the wiring places, Western Union. People started reporting that they were sending money and not and getting scammed. The only reason why I couldn't get in trouble is because people couldn't be like, oh, I was sending money for drugs, and so I never got in trouble for that. but I'm banned from Western Union for life. Can't do that anymore. And, which has bit me a couple times in the long run when I've needed money. But other than that, yeah, I was scamming hard. I was anything and everything I could act like I would, like anything and everything drug wise that I could sell. I was scamming people in person too, like people that like meet off of like Facebook that like knew that I knew dealers, and they would be like, hey, can you give me like 10 of those? Well, that's $300 in my pocket. Yeah, I got you. Meet me here. Just boom, grab the money. Peace out. Um, I did that for a while, and then I switched over to heroin, and then I started taking money from my work, and it was a whole little ring scheme, BS. I wasn't technically taking it and putting it in my pocket. I was just doing a little scheme with people, and that bit me in the butt, and I lost my job. But I looked at it as it helped me find a bigger and better job because I wasn't making shit at Safeway. Everyone always says Safeway is good and they take care of their employees. It's wrong. They may give you like paid vacations and all that shit, but they pay you trash and they give you trash hours. I'm talking about like 10 hours, 11 hours a week because they don't care. They don't care at all. So, yeah, that's how I was getting before I was selling heroin. I was scamming people on Instagram out of for Percocets, and like now that I'm, it's been 5 years, what, 4 years? No, 5 years. Um, I feel bad because I'm sure that I took for people that were really sick and wanted drugs, and like maybe it could have been their last, and these were hardcore addicts, and the thing about it was crazy. It was never people from the West Coast that were sending me money. It was always Idaho, Florida, I mean not Idaho, Ohio, Florida, Kentucky, Virginia, um, but I want to say 90% of the people that I was fucking with that were like, wanting shit was like Ohio area. And then I started to realize later on that like there was a pill mill going on from Ohio to Florida that got busted, and so like a lot of those places were looking for Perk 30s. And now as I'm older and the epidemic is still growing, Ohio is like one of the highest overdose rated states. There's like 3 or 4 cities in Ohio that are like the top of the chain of overdoses from heroin. And it makes me think, it's like, man, like, some of those people that I was like taking money from have probably passed away in overdose. And like, it makes me think that, like, man, like, this was a serious game and I was like playing around with it. Like, I was getting high and getting high and getting high and like mixing drugs. And I see people who first time mixing opiates with benzos and dying, and I was fucking mixing the highest of opiates and the highest of benzos, and being all right. You know what I mean? So it sucks to see where everything is gone now. But all right, yeah, I just wanted to let you know it's another story that I have, and my next story will probably be about how I got clean and how I took on rehab and all that other stuff. All right, thank you guys.